97.9 WHAV is the only FM station assigned to the City of Haverhill. Your membership is critical to continued operation. It's easy to join. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net. Broadcasting on the Armstrong FM system, this is 97.9 WHAV.
Catch the wave, WHAV, Merrimack Valley. Open mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Yes, we are back. Show number 2, Bill.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2. That's always a good thing.
Yes. Bill Masek.
Except when you're walking your dog.
Co-host Bill Ellis here again tonight. we came back by popular request, I hope. Anyway.
No, your other guest didn't show up. That's why I'm here.
No, we do have a great guest tonight. We're going to have our new state representative, Andy Vargas, coming on at about a little after 7. So we will look forward to that. And Andy, I'm sure, will have some great information that we don't know about because he's now at the state. He's at the State House where everything's happening, right?
He's moved up the ladder.
He has.
Congratulations to Andy.
Yeah.
He was victorious this past fall.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Tough race, too. But he's there. You know, the only unfortunate thing is he was just filling the rest of Representative Brian Dempsey's seat. So he's only going to get a year because he's just filling the balance. So he's got to run another election this coming year in 2018. But I'm sure he'll do fine.
He's a pretty popular guy. I'm sure he'll prevail again.
Yeah. So, well, what do you think about our Patriots? Super Bowl's coming up. Before our next show, it'll be Super Bowl Sunday, next Sunday.
Well, you know what's interesting? Anybody has Alexa or Echo, or if you ask it who it's going to win the Super Bowl, it says the Eagles.
The Eagles, but but one of them, I heard that one of them says the Eagles, the other one says the Patriots. You know, because you have the Google one and you have the Amazon one, right?
So it's conflicting.
So that
And I did hear the other day that somebody put $700,000 to win on the Eagles in Las Vegas.
$700,000.
So I'm sure it wouldn't be the first time somebody lost a large sum of money in Las Vegas.
Yeah. So you're betting on the Eagles? Is that what you just said?
My $700,000.
That was your $700,000. Don't we wish?
Wouldn't that be nice? No, I think the Patriots. I mean, you take a look at Belichick. He always seems to find a way.
Yeah, he analyzes the other team to a T, and he knows their weak points. And the other thing about our Patriots is they wear the other team out.
Well, it's a 60-minute game.
It is.
And if you ever notice, the opponent always comes in flying. But the middle of the third quarter,
right,
all of a sudden the tide starts to change.
That's right.
And then
that's the way
Brady just starts to pick them apart. Yep. And it doesn't always have to be spectacular plays. It's just short plays to the sidelines.
Right.
They make a catch, and before you know it, they're down in the red zone.
That's something new, though, because a couple of years ago, they always scored on their first possession. Remember that?
Yeah, but, years ago with the Patriots, it wasn't if they were going to win. It was just how much they were going to win by.
Right.
They still have a formula of winning, but it's definitely changed
so
over the years.
Let's talk a little bit about superstition. Because a lot of sports people have superstition. Relatives in my family, they used to all wear their real Patriots jerseys, or the official jerseys, for the games, and they used to get together. And I've got one of those old Belichick hoodies. I didn't cut the arms off though, like he did. The darker gray ones. And I usually wear that on a Sunday.
I wore garlic around my neck last Super Bowl.
Good.
And I'm glad the Patriots won. I didn't have a lot of friends, though. Nobody came near me.
But if anybody has any superstitions, they should give us a call. We are at 978-374-1900. 1-900. That's 978-374-1900. Anytime during our conversations you want to jump in, you want to add something, you want to contradict us, you want to give us information we're not aware of, please give us a call. And we'll just bounce it around. Phone lines are always open. When we have a guest, we may wait a little bit, but even then, we'll take phone calls anytime during this program on Monday nights. The new open mic with Bill Masick, and my co-host right now is Bill Ellis.
Exactly.
Right.
Do you remember the Bruins used to be very superstitious? And excuse me, Phil Esposito. Remember the turtleneck sweater?
Yeah.
He used to wear.
Yeah.
And God bless him. I mean, they always have a secret to winning games.
Yeah. You're losing you got. Oh boy.
Yeah,
All
I get
right.
a little bit of that flu coming on.
Yeah, great. I'm glad I'm in the same room with you.
Yeah, we're locked
Yeah.
in too.
Well, at least we're not sharing the same microphone.
Excuse me.
Yeah, like John and Paul from the Beatles used to sing in the same microphone.
And they sounded good too,
They
just
did.
like us.
Yeah. We have such perfect harmony here. What else is going on? We have
you
a
talk
big
about-
announcement today in the Justice Department, in the FBI.
Well, the second man in charge, McCabe, he stepped down.
Right.
And a lot of people are saying it's because of Trump, but I think a lot of this Pfizer,
Pfizer Court.
in the 4-page memo that's coming out,
Yeah, did
I don't think it bodes well.
Did the House vote, or did that committee vote to
Not-
release it?
not
They were
yet.
supposed to do that at 5 o'clock, I thought. Today.
Right, I haven't
didn't
heard as
hear.
of yet that it's
I haven't
been
heard.
done.
Yeah,
But the thing is he's only
but the new
stepping down a
director,
month earlier.
the new director read that 4-page memo yesterday, and today, Deputy Director McCabe is quickly leaving.
There's a lot of bad stuff in that.
Yeah,
I
so-
mean, if you watched any of the comments that some of the people that have seen it, not leaking anything out, but some of the suggestions that they said, it sounds like it's powerful.
It sounds like there's
basically, if you were to draw of what I've heard, it sounds like Obama overstepped his limits and basically allowed the people in the Trump campaign to be wiretapped.
You never know if it goes all the way to the president.
It's
but
gonna
there
go to
was,
the top.
There was a meeting, I heard, that somebody went to see the president and President Obama, and we'll see. It's it's like a novel at this point, isn't it?
Well, the funny part about it is everything about it was hush-hush, secretive. Nothing leaked out until after the FBI looked at it yesterday.
Right, exactly. So, all right, well, it is 6:14 right now. Again, our phone number, 978-374-1900. We're going to have to take a little break, and we'll be right back with more of the new Open Mic with Bill and Bill.
Open mic.
Bill Masick and the new Open Mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at whav.net.
WHAV is on Facebook. For quick access, visit whav.net and click on the Facebook icon.
Every Saturday, CBS Radio presents Gunsmoke, set in the pioneer days of Dodge City. The adventures you follow on Gunsmoke center around United States Marshal Matt Dillon. The Marshal is responsible for keeping the peace among the oddly assorted characters who've drifted to the West to make new lives for themselves. When one of them tries to achieve that goal at the expense of somebody else's life, the shooting starts on Gunsmoke. But as soon as the trigger clicks, you can count on Marshal Dillon to get right into the fray. His aim for law and order is as true as his aim with a gun. If you like action, you'll like Matt Dillon's behavior in every episode of Gunsmoke. Balcony fan from way back or fifth row center steady. You'll find your favorite seats reserved for you for Gunsmoke.
Saturday night at 10 p.m. with an encore performance at 1 a.m.
Community Spotlight.
Have you made meditation a New Year's resolution? Haverhill Citizen Center wants to help you stay accountable. Join fellow meditators in the library room at 10 Welcome Street every Friday from 10 to 11:30 a.m. to learn techniques to quiet the body and mind. Yoga and breathing exercises will also be demonstrated. The group is free and open to all, and no registration is necessary. Someone you know is on WHAV. To submit or read your own nonprofit announcements, click on the Contact tab at whav.net or email news@whav.net. In the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, this is Robin Fancher.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Correct he is. 374-1900. WHAV TV is also a place you can tune to see us. Facebook, we're on Facebook. We're on all over the place, you know. And also, I want to just thank all of the board, staff, management, members from the local cable company, cable access TV stations that are allowing us to be part of their programming, such as HC Media for providing both audio and video in the Haverhill zone. And it's really nice, huh? Would you know, what do you think?
I think it's very nice. But a lot of people know you in Haverhill, Bill.
They know me.
They know you, and they get to see you, and you have women commenting about your appearance and how they've been following you this past week.
I didn't get any of that. I did get a lot of compliments, though, on our show, our maiden voyage.
Maiden voyage.
Yeah,
we made it.
We did okay.
So we're better than the Titanic. We did get to the shore.
And Tim allowed us to come back, so that's good. As long as he keeps allowing us to come back, I think we'll keep showing up.
Well, we did have a 2-week contract that we paid him for both weeks to be on the air, so I think it was only right that he did have us back.
That's right.
You need local news going on, Will?
Yeah, we got some local stuff. Let me just do the headlines, all right? And if somebody wants to call in and discuss any of this, school committee can't decide on a leader or how to choose one. So instead of choosing a president, they have gone on to select a vice chairman. Or it should be chairperson, I think.
I would think it should be.
In this day and age, chairperson. So anyway, they're working on that, and a new member Richie Rosa, who's a really new guy, real smart, good guy to add to the school committee. He failed at his attempt to bring the committee together by allowing the voters to select a vice chairman. He suggested the following the example of the city council. How about that? In electing the top vote getter. That's what we do on the city council. Whoever gets the top vote getter. It's not a rule, but it's just a tradition that we vote the top vote getter as the president of the city council. So they could do something like that.
Traditions are changing, though.
They are. So
you notice
here and there.
There's no more Columbus Day in a lot of communities. It's Indigenous Peoples Day, so that tradition is going by the wayside.
It's not sticking. It's not moving fast, though.
No, but it's moving slowly but surely.
It's just like they added Kwanzaa, 15, 20 years ago to the holiday season. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you also, William.
Let me be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas for 2018.
Well, you know what's interesting, though? This past year, you heard a lot about Christmas.
Yeah.
And you heard Christmas tree. 8 years prior to that, Christmas tree was banned.
Right.
And they didn't want to hear Merry Christmas.
Yeah. No, I think that's because of Donald Trump. He's made
exactly
it clear that
what
those
it is.
are the things that he wants to see be the tradition of the country, and not to
that's what
not
made
to just
that's
change.
what made this country great.
Right.
And I'm glad that somebody's bringing it back. How would you think this country would be if under Hillary?
Happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think it would have been very, very sad.
Yeah. Well,
extremely sad. Now, Hillary was on TV last night reading that Fire and Fury book on the Grammys. I guess it came over
I thought there was
very, very poorly. She should have read Juanita Broderick's book about her husband raping her. I think that would have went over a little bit better.
Oh, Bill.
I mean, that would have showed to the world that she's real sincere about the women's movement. On the Me Too movement, I would have thought that would have had a whole lot more impact, than her, taking a shot at Trump, because all it looked like it was sour grapes.
You're talking about the Grammys now, and the Grammys. The complaint today was that I think there were only 34% of the performers were females. So once again, even though they say, oh, we're fair and we're equal to women, well, they didn't get equal. They got 2 out of 3. So, something that has to be worked on.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But who really, because you take a lot of like the dancers and so forth. Many times there's a whole lot more female dancers than male dancers. But would you complain to see more women on stage than men?
No, I think
I look at them as entertainers.
I
period.
remember. I'm old enough to kind of remember, but I remember even discussions about Martin Luther King, who was a great man, and what he said is the way I've tried to live my life, and that's that we should be colorblind, and we should not be, this race, division which is going on is more divisive than I think we've ever been, and I think that we should cut it out. Just treat people as equals. Everybody's
Don't judge a man
the same.
by the color of skin, but by the content of his character.
Right. What if we passed a law? I don't think this will probably happen in the 23rd or 24th century, but I think at some point race will no longer be a factor, and it could even be illegal, just like vulgarity. You can't use it. Don't use race.
But the thing is, Billy, is in 400 years from now, they're saying that the color of people in the world, because of all the interracial marriages and so forth,
we're
going to be like a mocha color.
Right. Well, I'm not. I'm a mutt. I have my lineage is not pure. I'm not a pure blood.
It's obvious, Bill.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Hey,
I don't.
Are you?
I'm pure.
You're
right
pure.
from the Queen of England, right on down.
Really?
Yeah. But that's what you're going to get. So in 400 years from now,
you see that even now. There's a lot of interracial, which doesn't bother me a bit.
No, it doesn't. But that's what you're going to get is a mocha colored person in about 400, 500 years from now. So they'll be reading about, looking back in time and say, oh, there was white people and black people and, people with yellowish tinged skin.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully, that will all be gone one day.
I just think that there's too much emphasis on race.
There is too much
emphasis. It should be more
emphasis.
about the person and treat everybody the same.
Oh, most definitely.
That's the way I feel.
Martin Luther King hit it on the head.
He did.
He had that right.
He did.
Now, you mentioned earlier about the Patriots.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was pissed today. You heard about that?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, on one of the Boston sports stations, I understand it was Thursday evening is when it was said. There was some comment made about his daughter.
5-year-old daughter.
Yeah. And that she was, I forget the exact terminology, but
pissant.
A pissant. That's what it was.
Right.
Yeah.
And Tom didn't take too kind to it.
Tom called. I heard the call that he made.
Well, he's on Monday mornings of that show, anyways.
Right. Exactly.
So he opened up and was very civil. His first few words and said, "Gentlemen, I really don't think I want to be on today."
Right.
He said there was some comments made about my 5-year-old daughter.
Right.
And
he said Alex Reamer is the guy that said it, and he said that he thinks he crossed the line, and he's going to have to think about his relationship with that station.
Well, it's interesting.
That could, because there's 2 sports stations in Boston. Who knows? Maybe next year Brady's on the competition.
Interesting, though, because that station just signed a contract for another so many years.
With Brady?
With the Patriots.
With the Patriots.
And I'm sure that's part and parcel of that coming on.
It's just a couple of days, though. It's like Monday and Friday.
I know Monday mornings he's on there. But, here's the thing is, the day after they played in Mexico, he was on first thing in the morning. And he was at the stadium.
Right.
So they flew home, got home in the middle of the night. He must have got about 2 hours sleep. And they asked him, said, "How long have you been at the stadium?" He said, "Since 6 o'clock, preparing for the next game." I mean, that's how dedicated he is.
He's unbelievable.
It's funny because I was watching a thing over the weekend on different sports personalities saying that Brady's probably the most intense guy when it comes to training. And he wants to know each and everything about everybody that he's playing against.
He watched last year's Super Bowl just to see how the Patriots did. I guess they're not playing the same team, so he's intense. But You know what I did notice though? Did you see when they show him? Sometimes he's doing that like high stepping. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm starting to do that too because I want to be like Tom Brady.
You picked that up from the Hitler.
yeah.
The goose step.
Goose step.
Called.
No, I'm not goose stepping. I'm still because it's all about stretching. One or at least one of the primary things to be in good shape like Tom Brady is. He says stretch. Keep your muscles limber.
Well, that's true.
So,
and I tell you, he does not look 40 years old. He definitely is done well for himself. And if he could go another 5 years, he will. He's not like he was 10 years ago, but he's still great.
Right.
He is still
But
good.
his wife wants him to hang up the
Well, apparently
hang up the
an article I did read
cleats.
that said that Giselle went to his best friend and
I heard
asked
this.
him to speak to Tom, and Tom said, I like what I'm doing, and his friend said, keep doing it.
Right.
Of course, they don't need the money. And she's afraid something's going to happen to him that's going to impair him for the rest of his life.
Well, she said he gets concussions, and they say there's no record of Tom having concussions.
Well, 2016, apparently he had an incident.
Yeah, well,
I guess there's a question mark on that.
Who knows? When I was a kid, I used to. I remember my aunt told me one time. She said, I told her I was going to go skydiving the next day, and she said to me, I think you've been hit in the head one too many times. That's what she told me.
Well, the thing about skydiving, it's not the fall that kills you; it's the sudden stop.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Your aunt was pretty smart.
She was so.
She
anyway,
hit it on
you
the
never know. Maybe
do you exactly?
Too many
well.
whacks on the head.
No, but that can happen.
Yeah.
If any callers want to come in and talk about the Patriots, here is your opportunity.
Right. 978-374-1900.
Let's get some predictions
your phone
and scores.
Access to,
you know what? If we get some predictions
to the
and scores.
new open mic on WHAV 97.9.
97.9 FM. Maybe what we can do is we'll record, take 3 or 4 people, who's ever closest to the winning team in the score. Maybe we'll ask one of our advertisers if they'd be willing to give a gift certificate.
Sure. And we're also looking for birthdays, because I think we're going to draw a birthday cake before the show's over.
Tonight, really?
Yeah, I think, yeah. I still don't know. I got to talk to somebody during the break exactly how that works. But
we
I was
advertised
told
about the cake last week.
Right. So we got a few calls on birthdays. So I think if somebody calls in with a birthday? February or March, I think. Let them call in February or March. I'm making the rules here. It's my show.
Oh,
right?
Well, no. You were really...
I don't get a paycheck, so I don't have to worry about anybody
just because
cutting my pay.
You have the whip doesn't mean you're in control.
Yes, that is so true. That's so true.
So what do you think about tomorrow night? Trump's inaugural
I think it's time for a
State
break,
of the
and
Union.
we'll talk about... Can you hold that thought?
I'll have to.
That may be hard for you.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll probably slip away. But we're going to take a break right now, right here, with Bill Masick and Bill Ellis on the new open mic on 97.9 WHAV FM.
Open mic.
Bill Masick and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at whav.net.
It's 6:30.
This spot could have been yours. Support WHAV's local approach with your underwriting. Go to whav.net and click on advertising to reach thousands of new customers.
Catch the wave.
Would it surprise you to know radio still reaches more than 90% of people in every age group every week? It's a fact. And 97.9 WHAV FM's target audience averages 92%. While other media are cutting back, area residents turn to WHAV for local news, information, and entertainment they cannot find elsewhere. Add what has been called the halo effect of public radio, and listeners find business messages more credible and trustworthy than other forms of advertising. For a no-obligation assessment about how WHAV can help your business reach more people than all other local media combined, call 978-374-1900 or visit whav.net.
Wave weather.
Here's the wave weather forecast for Haverhill and the Merrimack Valley. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of snow showers, low 19. North winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Snow accumulations tonight of around 1 inch. On Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of scattered snow showers, high 29, low 13. Snow accumulations on Tuesday of less than 1 inch. The outlook for Wednesday, increasing late day cloudiness with a chance of snow showers developing at night, high around 30, low 24. I'm WHAV meteorologist Jim Vaughn. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Okay, back on the new Open Mic. Bill, you had a thought. Do you still have it?
I forgot all about it. What was it?
I don't know. You never told me.
State of the Union.
State of the Union. Oh, that's President Trump's big speech.
He's got a lot of positive things to talk about. He has a lot of accomplishments, but he got a long way to go on a lot of his political promises.
But there's still a lot of just, clashing.
But it's funny, though. He seems to win all the time. The Obamacare thing, eventually he'll win that over.
Well, it's no longer mandatory.
It's no longer mandatory, but when the Democrats start talking about
I don't think we'll go back to the way it was, though. You don't think we're going to go back to having insurance, which is everybody's on a private insurance company.
No, I think
the government's got their fingers in. They got
and that's a control factor
of the economy, right?
It is.
That's why now the government's got their fingers in it, so they'll never let go of that.
Well, I think it's going to change.
That's why I don't think Trump's going to really drain the swamp. I think he's going to get a few things.
He's going to try to clean out the best that he can. Well, when you get comments from Pelosi talking about crumbs, that people are seeing in their paychecks.
Starting to see
but they're seeing the positive signs.
Right.
And I don't, when the person goes in a voting booth and they hear somebody say, "Oh, all you're getting is crumbs," but they look at their paycheck and say, "This is a little better than crumbs."
And the new tax table starts February 1st.
Exactly.
So, whenever you get paid in February, whether weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, you should start to see a little bit, a few extra crumbs.
You will see a few extra crumbs.
A few extra crumbs in your paycheck.
And you put enough crumbs together, you can make a slice of bread.
Make a pie.
You can do that. Now, Billy, you look really good. Now, if you turn over your shoulder there, you can see yourself on the air.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. We're on the TV.
TV?
HC Media. Wow.
We're on Facebook also, I understand.
Look at that.
And I understand.
I'm turning it around. I'm turning my back to the camera.
I
can't see my face.
Well, that's a good thing, especially if you just ate.
Yeah.
Now, I understand we've got listeners in Colorado. Is that true?
We have a listener on the line right now. I think we should probably go to the phones and say, hello, hello, hello.
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 Don't stare into the tomato can.
There you go. Let's see. Can you get the
volume to go up?
Is it just in here in my headphones? Because I can't hear. Is this Brian?
Yeah.
Hi, Brian.
Recognize my voice anyway.
Yeah. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay.
What's going on tonight?
Well, I don't know really much about the Patriots.
No. They're a football team. They play out of Foxborough.
Yeah, well, remember the Boston Patriots.
The Boston Patriots. I do, yeah.
How long ago was that?
Ooh.
60s.
60s, yeah. They were playing. They couldn't even find a place to play. Every year they'd be at a different field.
In fact, one of their first top draft choices was Ron Burton Sr., and I happen to be friendly with Ron Burton Jr.
Yeah.
And, in fact, he would be a good fellow to have on sometime because they run a camp in Hubbardston, Mass. for kids from the city.
Yeah.
And I tell you, I've been there. It's fantastic. It's set up. It looks like part of it looks like England, part of it looks like Greece. And Ron Burton Sr. did that because he said a lot of these kids will never experience some of the beautiful things overseas.
That's great.
In fact, I will talk to Ron, and we'll have him on one of the shows coming up.
Now, Steve Burton is his son.
Is his brother. Ron Burton Sr.'s son.
Ron Burton Sr.'s son.
And
right.
Paul Burton is one of the other brothers.
Right. Okay. All right.
Talking about Burton as in like the fire chief we used to have?
No, I don't think so. Talking about Burton, the sportscaster, the
WBZ.
sports on WBZ.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and his family. All into sports. So, you don't know much about the Patriots, but so what were you going to say? You think they're going to win or lose on Sunday?
Well, I wanted to remind you that we don't start the March birthdays until.
Yeah, we're not doing. I just got that clarified from Chris, our producer here tonight. We're doing February birthdays today, and we're going to draw a cake at the end of the show, and then starting in February, we'll start taking February birthdays.
You mean March?
Yeah. January we'll do for February, February
correct,
for March.
Correct, yeah.
Right.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Brian.
I'll get this.
Brian, you
Yeah.
looking to be a host of a radio show?
You can be in charge of contests.
Well, I was one of the voices of WRAZ radio
No kidding.
at Northern Essex College,
Yeah.
AM and PM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Nice.
what years were that? What years did you do that show?
72, 73, 74, like that.
So did you do music?
Yeah.
And what was the best songs back then that people were listening to?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. They see most of the young people there like stuff that I can't even remember because they were like in a world of their own. See, my thing was production.
Ah, okay.
I see.
That's important.
I did a show in Framingham State University. It was college back then, and everybody wanted to hear Freebird. I hated the song.
Oh yeah, that was so big.
It was huge.
Freebird and the other one was, and I used to have people yelling at me as a member of a band, a live band. They yell Freebird. The people in the audience
All
would
the
want to hear
time.
Freebird. And the other one was, can you name the other, probably the second most popular, or maybe even more popular song back then? Cocaine by Eric Clapton. Remember that?
But here's a question. Brian, you were involved in radio. Bill, you were involved in radio.
Yeah.
What two songs would be used by a DJ if they had to go to the bathroom?
Oh, geez.
Stairway to Heaven
And Agata Davida.
and Agata Davida was that you could use that too. That was wicked long. That was like
That
23
was
minutes.
Bye Bye American Pie.
Yeah.
That was an
That's
8-minute
another-
song.
another
And there was a
long one.
Beatles
Yep.
song that was 8 minutes. I think Hey Jude.
Hey Jude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those
Oh,
were the
yeah,
ones.
that long
yeah.
ending.
When the DJ had to go to the restroom.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's funny.
But there were also back then, and I happened to look up a song that was on the Grammys last night, being redone, and it was from 1965. 1 minute and 59 seconds. There were so many Beatles songs used to be like 2 minutes long. A lot of the songs back then were 2 to 2:30, and then
what was
all
the song that
then a
was-
4-minute song came along. It's like, oh God, this is too long. But we got used to it.
You know what was funny back then, though, being a radio disc jockey? What would you put on the needle so it'd keep the record from skipping?
Anything heavy.
A coin, like a quarter.
Coin, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, something added a little weight. Yeah.
it was nothing worse than that.
Those were the days where you had to queue up your records, and it was called slip queuing when you got it just perfect.
That's
and-
right.
Yeah.
You kind of do it backward a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, zip it.
Yeah,
I
when
remember
you would
that,
put it,
yeah.
you go backwards, and then you knew when to start. Then you're turning around one more circle on
Yes.
it, and then you know that by the time that record stops, and then you do your little intro, then the music starts playing, and
But those were more challenging days. In all honesty, today it's not as difficult. It's all automated. You don't have any. You don't have things that are going to probably go wrong unless you.
I mean,
really
how
screw
often
up,
have you ever heard digital skip?
No, you don't.
No.
So.
Who were some of your favorite disc jockeys way back when?
Well, I used to like the jocks on 68 RKO. I listened to that a lot growing up. But also
Dale Dorman?
Dale Dorman, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. Jeffries.
Yep. Brucey Bradley.
Brucey was on BZ. I was going to say, but I also listened to
And Jay
BZ.
Dunn.
Yeah, and Carl DeSuze was in the
Carl
morning.
DeSuze.
Yeah,
How about Woo Woo?
Woo Ginsburg.
Woo
He was
Ginsburg.
on. He was on MEX.
Yeah, Wimex.
Yep, WMEX. And that's where Jerry Williams got his start, actually, on WMEX, and then he became a great talk host at RKO for decades. He was one of the leaders in talk radio.
Along with Paul Benzequin.
Paul Benzequin.
Oh, I remember him.
Smart, intelligent,
Yep.
nice man. Him and David Brudnoy, they were just
Yeah.
so intelligent.
Oh, God rest their souls. They're
Yeah.
not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Now, who was your favorite nighttime personality?
Boy.
There's only one great name that comes to mind.
Not one nighttime personality.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Dick Summers?
No, Larry Glick.
Larry Glick, but
Larry
Dick
Glick.
Summers, I think, was before that.
Yeah, but Larry
Dick
Glick
Summers
though was
did over
tremendous.
Oh.
And you know they have 32 or 38 stations. BZ covered, and then they killed him. They put him on
Not
at 3 o'clock
stations,
in the
state-
afternoon. States. I'm sorry,
states.
states.
Yeah.
And then they put
Well,
him
he
on.
left, right? Didn't he move to Tel Aviv and then come back?
Did he?
No, they put him on 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It was not the same.
Oh.
You know, because they used to tell. I mean, he'd have callers that called in and had tremendous stories. And
Oh, he
one that
did.
comes to mind was a police officer, and he was doing a detail at a cemetery overnight. You know, because sometimes kids will go and party and stuff. So he said in the middle of the night, all of a sudden, there's a girl banging on his window. She's covered with dirt and she's wearing a dress. Well, he got scared. He thought somebody came out of the grave.
Yeah.
Well, what it turned out was the girl's boyfriend was just buried that day. After she left, she got drunk, came back, cried on the grave, and got all covered with dirt. And then when she finally came to and she saw the car, you know, she went up there. But
Nice.
just think of the experience. I mean,
Yeah.
the police officer was half asleep.
Jeez.
I'm sure he was scared.
Yeah.
But no, he had some great stories.
Well,
And
Glick used to have our local harbor master at the time, Captain Red Slavitt.
Yep.
Captain Red used to call in, and he used to run his boat up and down the Merrimack, and I was on it a few times, and he'd go down to the Newburyport and turn around, come back. But he told stories, you know, you didn't know if they were true or not, but he was like he just was a storyteller. He could talk
Yeah,
about
and he was a
anything.
hypnotist.
And he would play some
No,
of
that
those
was
tapes
somebody
on the
else.
boat.
Yeah. Oh, he was great, and he but I know he was a regular guest of Larry Glick's, and I was told that he got paid to be on Glick. I'm sure not big money, but he was like an entertainer. It was like hiring a person to entertain the audience that was listening.
interesting.
That's why I have you.
Yeah, I'm trying to entertain. You know, I just found out the other day. I was looking up some stuff
Except
on Newbury.
I'm gonna double your pay next show.
Well, that's great.
That's
Why-
2 zeros.
2 zeros.
2 zeros.
You know who used to be the warm-up guy for the Newhart show?
No,
Don Rickles.
really.
Yeah.
Rickles, funny man.
Yeah, but I mean, him and Newhart were best of friends, but what happened is, you know, where Rickles' sense of humor and Newhart's was so dry that they weren't getting much of a response with Newhart, so they asked Rickles, they said, we can't have you anymore. They're all wound up on your
Really?
humor,
Yeah.
and it's not catching on during the
Yeah,
show.
well. That's the way it works.
Well, heard that Newhart was a CPA by trade.
Was he?
I can believe
That's
it.
what I
Yeah.
heard.
Yeah, I can believe that
Yeah.
too.
He's very, very dry. No, because I was actually looking up the comedian Bill Daly. Do you remember Bill Daly?
Yeah.
Bill was on the Newhart show. He played the Howard, the airplane pilot.
Oh, okay.
And he was
Okay, I
also
never knew
on
his
I
name.
Dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
And he's 90 years old. And I tell you, I think he was one of the funniest guys on TV. He
Yeah,
just
he
had
was.
a face.
Yeah.
You know, and some of his mannerisms.
Well, sometimes dry is funnier than, sticks.
It came across in the Newhart show when he was in Vermont.
Sure
You know,
did.
and the characters that he had surrounding him were fantastic. And
Tom Poston.
Tom Poston was
Poston
great.
was
Tom
great.
Poston went all the way back to Steve Allen days.
Right.
In fact,
He
Tom
did, yeah.
Poston
Well, I
was
remember seeing movies with him.
And then, of course, there was Daryl, and Daryl.
Larry
Yeah.
Darrell. And
Larry
Larry
Darrell.
Darrell and
That's
Did
Darrell.
they ever speak?
Right.
I don't know.
One time.
One time.
The last show.
Yeah.
The very end.
The
yeah,
very
when
end,
it was
they
supposed to be
yell
a
they yell
dream.
quiet
Yeah.
to their wives. That was the only time. That had to be the best ending of any sitcom ever, when it was all a dream.
It was all a dream. Yep.
Yeah,
They
that was
woke up
great.
in the bedroom. Yep.
And it was funny because Suzanne Plachette knew about the ending because Newhart's wife had actually told her this would be a great ending. So when they contacted Suzanne Plachette, and she said, I know why you're calling. They said, well, how did you know? They said, well, Bob Newhart's wife told me this would be a
No
perfect
kidding.
ending.
That's funny. Well, it is that time, not an ending, but a pause. Brian, we're gonna pause for commercials. So,
Okay.
thanks for calling in. Love to hear
Happy
from you. Any?
commercial on the non-commercial station,
Here you go.
and I'll talk to you again.
Sponsorship is what it is.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
Right. Take care.
All right.
All right, thank
Thanks
you,
for
Brian.
calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. All right, this is the new open mic with Bill Masick and Bill Ellis, and we are at about 14 minutes before 7, or digitally speaking, we are at 6:46. How's that?
In 10 seconds.
Yeah, in 10 seconds. And we're going to take a pause for some sponsorships, and we'll be right back with more on 97.9 WHAV FM.
Open mic!
Bill Masick and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net.
97.9 WHAV.
Catch the wave!
On air or online, 97.9 WHAV serves you. Twice an hour weekdays, keep up to date with exclusive local news and weather. Find out about civic events on Community Spotlight every quarter hour. And better prepare with Wave Weather every 30 minutes. Mass Moments, Melinda's Garden Moment, Soundbeat, and Insight Daily complete the spectrum. Hear classic comedy and drama 7 nights a week at 10 p.m. and 1 a.m. Finally, a unique blend of rock and roll hits from the 60s, 70s, and 80s round out the entertainment. Stay with 97.9 WHAV, the only Haverhill-based news source.
WHAV Open Mic!
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masick. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
It is the new open mic. I'm Bill Masick, and we have Bill Ellis with us here tonight. We're chatting and looking for you to join us at any time at 978-374-1900. Now, you can also hear us on the FM dial, as I mentioned, 97.9, but you can also see us on Facebook. You can tune us in on WHAV.tv. We're streaming there. You can also find us on many of the local cable access TV stations, such as HC Media. Would like to thank all the members and all the people involved with our programming on cable around the Merrimack Valley and even into southern New Hampshire. So we want to thank all of the people that are allowing us to bring this show to you tonight by various methods. How's that?
Sounds good. Are we satellite?
Satellite? No, I don't think. Well, we're close.
This can't be. This is better as long as you can have internet. Hey, you know what I want to talk about? Well, you
can find us any place. On Facebook, you can be any place probably in the world, and we're there. Broadcasting.
As long as the internet.
Oh, we should use.
In fact, I understand.
Broadcasting to the world.
Kim Jong-un allows this radio show broadcast into North Korea.
See, because we fit everywhere. We're not programming to any particular niche or anything like that. We're wide. We're appealing to everybody.
Well, it's interesting. I mentioned that as a joke, but it should lead into something more serious. The North Koreans and South Koreans are marching together in the Olympics that are coming up in the month of February.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's a positive sign.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Why don't we do this?
All right. We got a call.
Let's talk to Jerry.
Jerry is on our line 1 here. Hello, Jerry.
Good evening. Good evening. I heard some good news, Bill.
You do.
Last week we talked a little about that October episode with Greater Lawrence Sanitary District, and I was really upset and concerned because of generally with construction projects, how long it takes.
Yeah, everything.
Well, I was here's an opportunity to beat the Tribune. I talked to the director today, and she said that they've received a green energy grant. They also received a grant from DEP, and they're in the process of implementing a
backup generator.
A what do you call it? A
generator.
What they call a trust loan.
Oh, okay.
That's a loan with, very, very low interest.
Yeah, okay, and they're
So
going to
everything-
use that to buy a backup generator so they don't keep spilling.
Well, they're going to build a new generator. They
Yeah.
have 3 now, and they have to. They're going to build another one, and obviously it looks to me like the community members will be assessed for. They're going to float bonds to
Sure.
to construction, and she promised me tomorrow that she would call me and tell me what the balance, other than the grants, and what the balance will be.
Well, that's great
that
for
they're
us
going to
here
borrow.
in the
So I thought that was good
the
news
river,
because-
the below the Lawrence area because we're downstream. So that'll be
You
good
got a-
for us.
You got a 6 million gallon radio well there.
Right.
And I told her, Bill, I said, this can't happen again.
Yeah.
This cannot happen again.
Right. Well, thank you for that news, Jerry. We've got another call. Our producer is telling us to go to the next line. I'm sorry to cut you.
I think he hung up. But Jerry,
The second caller hung up.
before you go,
all right.
Jerry, do you have any?
You got something else?
Yeah.
Go
about
ahead.
My initial visit to Foxborough. Years ago, when I was working with DEP, we had a major problem when they were building the stadium. They had a test situation, and all the urinals wouldn't function properly. They stayed open. As a result, there was a potential for back siphonage of all that sewage into the municipal water supply.
Really?
So we at DEP had to go there and at least make sure that everything was. In about 2 weeks' time, they put in a tank, a very, very large storage tank for water, and they tied into the MWRA sewer line.
No kidding.
That was when.
Yeah.
So after we made our inspection, which was just about all day, they invited us to view the game, but there were no seats available. So anyway, they said, "Well, we'll take care of you." I went up 3 floors in an elevator, and I sat in the box seat where Phil Fine, the owner, was there. His father-in-law was E.M. Lowe, and he had built the stadium.
Yeah.
By the way, that stadium at that time only cost like $6.5 million.
That's right.
Couldn't build it today for $6.5 million.
No way.
But it looked like
anyway,
it was built
I
for that
there-
much.
I was their guest, and guess who was sitting next to me? Sergeant Shriver and his 2 daughters.
No kidding.
Wow.
Across
So you do have a
in front of
Kennedy
me.
connection then?
Yeah. Next to, in front of Sergeant Shriver was Phil Fine,
Yeah.
and right directly in front of me was Vince. What's his name? Lombardi's his wife. He had passed.
Vince
His
Lombardi.
wife was a guest too.
Mrs. Lombardi.
We watched the
Vince's
game.
wife, yeah.
Looked out. The traffic was so bad that they invited us down to the restaurant. We went down to the restaurant. I met Jim Nance. I met Drew Bledsoe, and I met another player, a halfback. I can't remember. But just prior to that, when the game was in hand, Phil Fine turns around and says to me, "What kind of cigars are you smoking, Jerry?" I says, "El Producto." He said, "Could I have one? I'd like to light up."
No kidding.
So that was quite of an experience, I'll tell you.
I bet. Yeah.
Now,
That's,
where did they
that's
get
a
the,
memorable occasion.
Who used to light up when they knew the game was going to be
Red
won?
Auerbach.
Exactly.
Yeah. Red Auerbach. When he lit the cigar, that meant the game was in their pocket.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
I met him also.
No kidding.
At a Celtics game. I was a guest, and I got a basketball.
Now, Jerry, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Now, I've always heard that I think it's Super Bowl halftime that you could tell when it was halftime because the water pressures go down because everybody.
Well, that's
true.
why we were there.
Yeah.
That's why we were there, because there was the potential for what they call back siphonage. The water pressure went down so low that as a result, that sewer, that
So it'll
sewer
let the
material,
wastewater come back in.
It could come back into the municipal
Yeah.
supply.
So I've always heard that.
had to be-
And I remember, Jerry, in the right on that site there was a huge water tank.
Yes, they did. They built that in a matter of a week.
Now, I understand right in that area, though, was the what they call it, the mouth of the opening, or the start of the Neponset River. Was that true?
Hey, that's right. And the sewer line is located right near the Neponset River. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah, and it started, I think, right in the infield of the racetrack that was there.
Is that right? You're exactly correct. But that was quite a memorial game. And then as I said, when we looked out and saw the traffic, it was wall to wall. So they said, why don't you come with us down to the restaurant? We went down there, had a meal. As I said, I met Jim Nance, who was a fullback, and Bledsoe. By the way, did you know Bledsoe? I think he's part Indian.
No, I did not know him. Is he related to Liz Warren?
They're cousins.
Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, you met some famous people in your day. Which person in all of history would you have loved to have met?
Jones. I was Casey Jones. Had some pictures taken with Casey Jones, and they autographed 2 basketballs. The whole team autographed 2 basketballs and gave them to myself and my son.
Nice.
Jerry, if you could meet somebody in history, which character would it be, a person would you want to meet?
Who is that movie star?
Movie star?
Him or her?
Him.
Him.
Met him. He was in
Rock
Boston
Hudson?
at Logan. He was on his way back to what's his name?
Where's he from?
I met.
Is he local?
I met Cagney.
You did?
I met Mia Farrow.
Wow.
On a trip to the Cape where I was working on doing survey.
No kidding.
Billy, who would you have wanted to meet? If you could meet somebody in all of time, who would it be?
I think it would be Cagney.
You want Cagney?
He's on Cagney. I don't know. Can I let you know on that? I have to think about that.
It's easy. Yeah. Jesus.
Who would you like to see?
Jesus.
Mate.
Well, I thought you meant during somebody I really could have met during my lifetime.
During your lifetime. If there's people that I'd want to meet in history, Jesus would be number 1, Abraham Lincoln number 2, Babe Ruth. These are characters that stick out.
Yeah, those are good people.
Yeah, you're right. Babe Ruth, I think, didn't he play for the Lawrence Millionaires? After they found out that he couldn't hit a curveball.
No, he started off with Baltimore, went to Boston to New York, and then back to the Boston Braves.
I think he played a very, very short time.
If he did, what was called barnstorming.
I know who it was. It wasn't Babe Ruth. It was Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe played for the Lawrence Millionaires after they found out that he couldn't hit a curveball.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Babe could hit anything.
For a couple of years.
Yeah. Hey, Jerry, producer Chris just said got to take a break for the top of the hour. So we're going to move on, but thank you for calling in with that information, and do call again. And
the good news is that looks like Greater Lawrence Sanitary District is
they're going to stop
moving forward.
Dumping their crap in our river.
Yeah.
All right. That's
Thank
one
you,
way
Jerry.
of putting it. Thank you, Jerry. Good night.
Night.
Okay.
Good night.
This is the new open mic program on WHAV 97.9 FM. I'm Bill Masick, and we got Bill Ellis here too. We'll be right back.
Open mic.
Bill Masick and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net.
It's 7:01.
WHAV LP Haverhill.
Here's what's happening in local news. With recreational marijuana stores possibly opening this year, students and staff at Whittier Regional Vocational Technical High School prepared by attending a presentation, Weeding Through the Myths, last week. As part of health class, 130 students walked through a series of stations set up in the auditorium, outlining facts on marijuana and related substances, such as nicotine. Staff also had the opportunity to view the exhibit, said School Superintendent Maureen Lynch. Health teacher Roxanne Grover explained the rationale. We wanted to provide an opportunity to clear up any misinformation that might be out there and offer healthy ways to deal with stress and anxiety that people may not have realized are available to them, said Grover. Everything was really well received by students and staff. To serve as a guide through the stations, health teachers at the Haverhill-based school handed out a scavenger hunt where students were asked to answer questions like what states have legalized the use of recreational marijuana, what are 3 health or safety risks associated with it, and what are 3 things someone can do to reduce stress without turning to the use of substances. Junior Allie O'Connor of West Newbury found the presentation informative. Advisors of Whittier's Above the Influence programs organized the Weeding Through the Myths workshop, and South Shore Health Systems provided the information stations. The last station featured a variety of mindfulness items designed to promote relaxation without the use of substances. That includes adult coloring, yoga, and even peacock feathers the students tested out balancing in their hands to centralize their focus. The east side of the lower level of the Merrimack Street parking garage downtown is open today after abruptly closing on Friday because of damaged sprinkler pipes. Public Works Director Michael Stankovic told WHAV Sunday repairs to the parking deck were completed over the weekend. Officials theorized liquid in the sprinkler pipes froze, causing certain couplings to separate. Additional repairs are underway aimed at opening the entire lower floor. The upper section, which recently underwent $226,000 worth of concrete and joint repairs, was not effective. The garage opened in 1986 with a dedication ceremony attended by then-Governor Michael Dukakis. During the fall of 2015, City Councilor William Masick won approval from his colleagues to study whether it's time to replace the structure and invite redevelopment proposals. The city's negotiations with Alternative Therapies Group to build a medical marijuana dispensary are moving forward. Mayor James Fiorentini will ask the City Council Tuesday to approve a host community agreement with the company. According to the draft agreement, ATG plans to offer the city 3% of its gross revenues in its first 5 years of operation and $50,000 a year to a charity of the city's choice. The mayor has signed a letter of non-opposition, which is a state requirement for the company to continue to negotiate. The host agreement has changed slightly since ATG was promised the non-opposition letter. Originally, the company planned to pay $100,000 and 1.25% of its gross proceeds in the first year, followed by 3% of the gross proceeds in the subsequent 4 years. The original charitable donation was to be $25,000. If the city curtails the dispensary's operations to less than 7 days a week, the share of the company's proceeds given to the city will fall to 2%, according to the proposed agreement. The council's approval is needed to sign the host city agreement, which triggers the special permit process, which will require ATG to appear before the council and planning board for site reviews. Alternative Therapies Group seeks to build in the medical marijuana overlay district, located in the area between Research and Computer Drives off Broadway. Councilors also are expected to discuss a moratorium on approvals for recreational marijuana sales in the city until the State Cannabis Control Commission issues its final regulations and city officials have time to review them. Remember, WHAV is the only Haverhill-based news source. There's always more at WHAV.net. From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, this is Eric Scott.
From Feature Story News in Washington, I'm Rebecca Foster. The deputy director of the FBI is stepping down following criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump. European Union ministers have signed off on a set of directives for the next round of negotiations with the UK on Brexit. And Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu met with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow Monday, where they discussed Syria.
Wave weather.
Here's the wave weather forecast for Haverhill and the Merrimack Valley. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of snow showers, low 19. North winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Snow accumulations tonight of around 1 inch. On Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of scattered snow showers, high 29, low 13. Snow accumulations on Tuesday of less than 1 inch. The outlook for Wednesday, increasing the 8-day cloudiness with a chance of snow showers developing at night, high around 30, low 24. I'm WHAV meteorologist Jim Vaughn. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
The Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom turns out local programs every day and night. Tune in for local news, Community Spotlight, and the Open Mic Show. 97.9 WHAV is the only Haverhill-based news source. There's always more at WHAV.net. Broadcasting on the Armstrong FM system, this is 97.9 WHAV.
Catch the wave, WHAV, Merrimack Valley. Open mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
It is 7:07 right here on the new Open Mic. It's Bill Masek and co-host Bill Ellis.
Good evening, everybody.
We are awaiting the arrival of State Representative Andy Vargas, who is our guest tonight. Expect to see Andy in here probably in less than 10 minutes. We should kick off his segment, and we'll have probably some new information about what's going on in the Bay State.
That would be good stuff.
Yeah.
You have to ask him what's going on with Steve Wynn.
Steve, yeah, we will. What do you think about Steve Wynn? Now, we have Wynn Boston Harbor. Wynn Boston Harbor being built right now. It's half built. They're going to town. All the union construction people are not going to want to have any problems here. We're not going to not build it. So what do you think? The governor's looking in on it.
Yeah, the Gaming Commission's taking a look at it.
He's had some allegations brought
by a lot of people.
Right? He withdrew from being the chairperson of the Republican National Committee fundraising.
Yep.
So,
I think what you'll end up seeing is he'll step back.
Time to retire, Steve, right?
76 years old this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And
he looks about 170.
Now, do you go to the same Botox place that he goes to?
Yeah, thank you. No, this is all me.
Because those aren't your real lips.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, yes,
Look like Steven Tyler for crying out loud.
Oh, come on.
But you probably end up seeing him step back. Because if there's too much exposure, the state has a lot invested in this too, because they're expecting a lot of money out of that casino, and rightly so.
Yeah.
So I think Steve Wynn, to protect everybody involved.
Well, it is a public corporation, publicly traded, Wynn Corporation. So he just needs to give up his seat, maybe on the board, and step aside.
And I think that's what you'll see.
I think that's what.
Because they can't afford the state to take his license away.
No.
I mean,
the state can't afford it. Yeah.
No, they can't. It's a catch-22.
Right.
And if they did take his license away, he has to be proven guilty. First of all,
right now there are allegations.
The allegations. So I mean, if they did take his license away, and before he was even proven, if he was convicted, there would be a problem, because then he'd turn around to the state, and if he had to sell a casino at a fire sale, I mean, any money that he lost, he would come after them. So I think the path of the least resistance is you're going to find that Steve Wynn's going to step back. The casino will take place, and I don't know if they'll change the name from Wynn, but I think you'll see it continue.
But this was was it 06 or 08, supposedly? Allegations of, was it a manicurist who worked at Wynn?
No,
Las Vegas?
It was a mannequin. He's got strange desires, Billy.
All right, we're not going there. Okay, we have a birthday call on the line, so let's go there and see who's on the line.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
What's your
I
name?
have 2 birthdays.
Okay, and these are birthdays for the month of February, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
One is Keith, February 3rd.
Keith, February 3rd.
And I got another one, Dave Saffron. His is February 14th.
And Dave, Valentine's
Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And you want to give any more information? You want to give their ages, or?
No, I don't know their ages.
You don't know their ages. Okay.
How old are they? Approximately.
You want to guess? Bill wants you to guess. Bill Ellis wants you to guess.
I think my nephew is 40, and he's around 75.
Oh, okay.
God
Bill,
bless him.
All right, good.
I think the 75-year-old should get it.
Well, we're not picking. We're going to actually draw
I think it should be the 75-year-olds should get it.
Well, it's possible. But we have some people from last week. But
then I
thank
could
you
be
for calling
confused.
in. What's your first name?
Liz.
Liz, thank you very much for
Thank you,
listening.
Liz.
And thank you for calling in. And we're going to be drawing that probably in the last quarter hour before 8 o'clock. Okay? Coming up soon.
Thank you.
Maybe whoever wins it, if either one of them wins it, they can share.
Bill, you're causing problems here.
No, it's not a problem. Share.
You're adding more things.
Share and share alike.
Well, all right, maybe they should all get together and
You're just upset at the Steve Wynn comment that I made about you.
No.
Are you sure?
I forgot that.
You did. You forgot a lot of things.
Well,
what is your real name? Now, didn't you used to be Rick James in radio?
Never Rick James. No.
No. But getting back to Steve Wynn, there was a masseuse that came on.
Dance like Rick James.
I'm sure you could. Super freak.
Yes.
And I guess there were many others that they came out and said that we were, sexual.
Like 150.
Oh, there was a lot. But then the other thing is, the backdrop is apparently he's going through a divorce.
Right.
And a lot of this information is surfacing now because I'm sure his wife wants to push him aside.
Yeah, divorce number what? Is this 2, 3?
I don't know. It's a few or a couple.
I think he's got a,
He's been down the aisle a few times.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I mean, it's, sometimes you make a mistake in choosing. Look, I got you here.
Yeah, but that was a quota that you had to meet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, Chris, we're going to take an early break because we do expect that Representative Vargas will be showing up sometime in the not too distant future. So we're going to take an early break, get rid of the sponsorships, and I don't mean get rid of them, but I mean play them early, a couple minutes early, and then we'll have more time with our state representative Andy Vargas.
Sounds good.
All right, right here on the new open mic on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open mic.
Bill Masek and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net.
Try listening to WHAV in your car or anywhere on your mobile phone. For fast access, visit WHAV.net.
Catch the wave.
Suspense, a weekly anthology of notable melodramas from stage and screen, fiction and radio, presented every Monday night to bring you to the edge of your chair, to keep you in suspense. Listen to the new Suspense with a company of Hollywood actors and surprising guest stars, Monday nights at 10, with encore performances at 1 a.m., right here on WHAV. Remember, only local radio can bring you this feature opportunity, but only WHAV does.
Community Spotlight.
Runners, get ready. Registration is now open for Bradford's Valentine Road Race on Saturday, February 10th. Participants can register for either a 5-mile or a 6K course. Both loop courses begin at 10 a.m., starting and finishing at the First Church of Christ near Bradford Common. Online registration is available through Friday, February 9th at 12 p.m. Registrations before January 31st can race for $25, and the price goes up to $30 on February 1st. All finishers will receive a box of chocolates and a Valentine gift. More information is available at valentinerace.com. Someone you know is on WHAV. To submit or read your own nonprofit announcements, click on the Contact tab at WHAV.net or email news at WHAV.net. In the Edwin V. Johnson newsroom, this is Robin Fancher.
WHAV. Open mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Yeah, okay. That's all right. Our producer's busy. So he turned my mic on finally.
There we go.
This is the new Open Mic Show. I'm Bill Masick, and my guest right now is our new state representative, Andy Vargas. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Bill. Thank you for having me here today. It's a pleasure to be here.
My pleasure, and thank you for the time. I want to let people know that we will take phone calls, but at 978-374-1900. And because you have limited time because of your busy schedule, you're here till about 35 past.
Yep, that's
You've got about
correct.
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
All right.
Should be a good time.
How's
we
it-
make good of time. You remember on the council, we
Absolutely.
make very good time.
Yeah, we just move it right along, keep it paced, right?
That's right.
Right. So how's it going in Boston?
It's going well. It's going well. Getting used to the commute at this point. But no, it's been great. A large part of our focus has been on constituent services while also getting to know the building and leadership and ensuring that we're up to date on everything that's already in motion right now.
Great. You got a couple of things you can let us in on what either you're working on or the state's working on?
Yeah, so there was a great, last week there was a housing bond bill, which was excellent in that it provided essential tax credits to ensure that affordable housing units across the state were still available and would come online this year. But there are a couple of other pieces of legislation that we're looking at. One in particular that I'm passionate about is automatic voter registration. And that's not just because of sort of the benefits on the civic and democratic side, but there are also benefits in terms of saving the state revenue. And so,
That's good.
Yeah, and so it's been shown that if we automatically register folks, it's going to save us about $2 per person that on average that registers by paper when they come in. So that is a huge benefit to the Commonwealth.
Well, in this day and age, that makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
With all the digital technology that's out there.
Yeah.
And you are a leader in that. I remember when you were on the council, you were like so, on the cutting edge of where our country and where our state and where our city is going.
Oh, no, I appreciate
you were, for the Clear Gov
Yep.
program that you were, I think, the guy that kind of broke that ice.
Yeah, no, it was. I learned a lot on the council, frankly, and for me, I figured out that when I asked folks, because I like to listen first. I mean, I think I showed that on the council with you, Bill, and with John, and with all the councilors, really, where I sought advice as I came in instead of coming in guns blazing. Because a lot of times,
you watched, but you were smart enough to know. Where to jump in and where to help lead us as a community.
Yeah,
so.
you pick your spots, and I think that's helped me very much so at the State House now, where folks are sort of, I think at least, impressed with the fact that we're coming in, we're listening, we're finding out what pieces of legislation are already in motion that we can get behind instead of duplicating efforts, and I think people ultimately respect that.
Great. Now, where did they assign you for committees?
Yeah, so I'm really proud of the committees that we got. We are on the Education Committee. Which is obviously a top priority of mine, and there's been a lot of momentum in the city of Haverhill on our schools, and the fact that we're getting a new superintendent, and that the Haverhill Education Coalition. So there's a lot of great energy around education heading in the right direction for us. So Education Committee is one of them. The second is Consumer Protection and Professional Licensure, which is pretty interesting as well. And the third one is State Admin and Regulatory Oversight. And that third one I really like as well because it provides the opportunity to find avenues where the state can save money or be a little bit more efficient. And I think that's one of the things that we were always looking for within the budget process is where can we invest some money that will save us long term?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So there's some rumor that you guys are also looking to maybe hit us for some other taxes and stuff.
There will be no new taxes. No, no. I think the speaker and folks have been very clear that new taxes aren't on the agenda.
All right, good. That's good to hear. So there's just a few radicals that are out there waving the flag for new taxes.
Yeah. Well, there's certainly a need for revenue, but there are different ways to do that. Some folks think that taxation is going to be the solution for that. I don't. I think that we have to look at the different sources of revenue that the state has, and a huge portion of that is the creation of jobs and small businesses in our community. And I think that the more we can support small businesses and entrepreneurs, that's going to help us generate more revenue long term.
Yeah, there was one of the reps from the North Shore. I think he wanted to put the gantries everywhere. I think I'd have one at the end of my driveway so that whenever I left, I paid a toll. Right?
Oh my goodness!
Did you hear
I
about
didn't hear
that?
about that
That
one,
was
no.
before you got elected.
Yeah.
It was last fall.
Well,
but-
thank God.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to go either. But
Yeah.
some people pick the pocket deep.
Yeah.
I think Mass we do okay.
Yep.
We got to figure out ways to have some new revenue, but also probably save some money.
Mm-hmm.
How about what kind of crackdowns are going? You hear about these. Sometimes there's somebody that they pick up that has like 3, 4, 5 EBT cards.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an effort being made to stop the fraud that's going on in the entitlement programs?
Yeah, so it's been interesting because there have been various studies into sort of fraud into the welfare system, and there's certainly, there is some of it, right? I mean, in any system, there's going to be fraud and abuse, but what they found is that the vast majority of folks on those programs aren't abusing them.
Yeah, no, I'm sure the vast majority aren't.
But you're right, and there certainly are.
How much does it cost us? For the people that are abusing them, and that probably is a big number.
Yeah, and I'd be interested to actually look at the raw data on
Yeah.
that because I've sort of only looked at studies that take a glaze over the issue, but it'd be interesting to sort of boil down into the numbers. What I am interested in looking at also is the return on investment that the Commonwealth is getting for the tax breaks that we provide large corporations. So, for example, when we hand out a tax break to GE to come to Boston, what are the clear metrics that we're expecting from that tax break, right? How many jobs are going to be created? We handed out $20 million to GE, right? So where is that money going? How are we going to
recoup it?
What is the return on investment for that?
Yeah.
And so I think that's going to be one of the things that in the coming years I think the legislature might take a look at.
Yeah, well, that's you have to. In a way, it's business. It's government, but it's business.
That's right. That's
too.
right. It's
So
the people's money.
Right. Yeah. But I think we got a pretty good state, and
I think so
I think
too.
we got a really good representative here in Haverhill.
Thank you.
And I'm sure you'll do a great job.
It's a pleasure. It really is an honor. I wake up every day, feeling grateful for the fact that I can wake up and just my whole entire existence is about how can I make life better for folks in Haverhill and what are things that I can do. And sometimes that's, whether it's constituent services, whether it's advocating for policies that improve lives, whether it's getting government out of the way at times. I mean, those are all certain tools that we can use to make life better for folks.
And I know you mean that, and I know you're living it now. I just know you. And I want to tell you that I know you're starting as a new entrant in a sense, but I'm sure you're making friends and that you will quickly rise with your abilities and your personality and everything. I think you're going to go far.
Well, I appreciate that, Bill. I think that's one of the best things that I learned from the council is that relationships are everything, and when we treat each other with common decency and respect, that's the best way to.
And the other thing is your honesty. What you say is really what you mean. So.
Thank you, Bill.
No, honestly.
Same goes for you as well.
Well,
it does.
Thank you.
It was always a pleasure being.
But you got an election coming up this year. Isn't that a killer?
Already,
you just ran one,
I
and
know.
now you got another one.
I know.
So. But I'm sure you'll do fine.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of anybody that is even thinking about running. So.
Yeah, there's been talk of maybe one or two people, but no, I mean there's nothing concrete yet.
Good.
But either way, we're gonna work hard no matter what.
Well, if you can get that thing going that Dempsey had, he never had an opponent.
Right.
That would be good, right?
Oh, yeah.
That would be real good.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I wish you well on that one.
Thank you, Bill.
So I want to remind everybody listening that this is our new state representative, Andy Vargas, who's chatting with me right now on the new open mic program. And we do have open lines at 978-374-1900. And we have a birthday call, believe it or not. You mind if we take a birthday call? Let's do it.
Happy
Okay,
birthday.
we're going to take a birthday call right now. Hello, what's your name? Hello. Hi. Yep. You there?
Yep.
Okay. Who are you? What's your name?
My name is Marilyn Bardwell.
Marilyn, thank you for calling in. Who's your birthday person?
My grandson, Ryan.
Your grandson, Ryan. How old is Ryan?
He'll be 22 Monday.
Okay.
Wow.
And when? And what's the birthday?
February 5th.
February 5th, coming right up then.
There we go. Well,
Yeah.
happy
All right.
birthday to Ryan.
Okay, happy birthday, Ryan, and thank you for calling in. And we're going to be drawing, before the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to be drawing out the birthday cake giveaway.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for listening.
you.
Okay.
Yep.
You know,
Bye.
we have something else here, if you don't mind. The sales department here, getting sponsorships.
Talking to me?
No, we were moving on. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling, though.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Open
Have
Mic.
a great night. Thank you.
Bye.
Another one of our sponsors here at WHAV is Butcher Boy, and we have a $25 gift certificate that we're going to give away. Do you have a question you want to do like a trivia question, Andy? You got anything on your mind?
That's interesting.
Huh? Or we could just do like third caller or eighth caller, but we could also come up with a question.
That's interesting.
And see if anybody can
See, I got
answer the question.
I got some hard ones, but then I got some real easy ones. I can't think of anything in the middle, though.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. Well,
I was either gonna go with what was the year of the Constitutional Convention, or where did David Ortiz bat in the batting order? We can go with one or the other.
all right. Let's do David Ortiz.
Okay.
And there's no more hard questions as long as you have a computer and Google.
That's right. That's very true.
Yeah, because
you know the digital age better than I do, Bill.
Well, I don't know about that, but I get myself around a little bit.
There you go.
Clicking and punching. So anyway, so the question for the $25 gift certificate to Butcher Boy, meat, produce, spirits, and know-how. Butcher Boy Meats, they are fantastic. Since 1955, they're I know where they're at. They're in North Andover, right over on Main Street. I guess.
Just
So
a few
we're-
blocks from here.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's
anyway,
right.
everybody knows where Butcher Boy is.
That's right.
So we have a $25 gift certificate, and it will go out to the person who can answer what position did David Ortiz bat in the Red Sox batting lineup.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, right? Especially when Manny Ramirez is in there. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right.
Great.
So you're getting used to the Boston traffic. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah, it's tough. It's interesting. People ask me, do you take the train or do you get in your car? And one of the things that I've done is try to take the train as much as I can for two reasons. One is because it allows me to do work as I go in and come back. But two, because I want to be able to advocate for the commuter rail, right? Because it's just such a great asset. And I think, when you go to other countries, particularly in Europe, and you look at their commuter rails and compared to Massachusetts, it's almost embarrassing, frankly. We're the innovation state, right? And we should sort of take pride in our commuter rail. And so the fact that for a round trip from Haverhill to North Station is $21, and I can fill up my Honda Civic for $29 for the whole week.
For the whole, yeah.
Right?
That 21 is a pricey.
It's a lot of money.
It's a little pricey, yeah.
It is. And for the value of sort of, the service. So I think, there's a lot of talk on transportation at the state
I
level.
heard some talk recently that, the governor or the state wants to spend a ton of money plowing it into the T and maybe even building that South Shore line.
The link
from the
North
link,
Station
yeah.
and South Station.
Yeah.
I was at a meeting with Governor Dukakis, and it would be around I think it's over $3 billion around there that it would, don't quote me on that it would cost to connect North Station and South Station. But, what they're looking for right now is the money to do a study to figure out
They're trying to get traffic down in Boston.
Exactly.
Did they just increase parking rates, Boston, or something? I heard somebody
sure.
talking about that.
I'm not sure. They're going through a pilot now, I think, where they change their charges based off of the time that you park there. So it's a sort of supply-demand type of thing.
Yeah, and their meters are like you have to use their
the park app.
The parking app off your cell phone. You can't put money in anymore. Yeah. I ran into that.
Yeah, it's an issue.
Yeah, and all of a sudden I'm setting up a program in the street. Have to use this.
Downloading an app.
Yeah, right.
Late to a meeting.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, that's the 21st century, I guess.
That's right.
978-374-1900 is the number to call if you want to call in and speak with State Representative Andy Vargas.
And one thing I'll just say about this program and about WHAV in general is that, across the state and really the country, we've seen that local radio stations, local papers altogether are kind of going into the abyss, right? They no longer exist, and they play such a pivotal role in ensuring that there is civic participation, that there is civic knowledge, that there are details on local issues that are being disseminated across folks who live in cities like Haverhill. And so it's so important that we have WHAV, and it's such a great asset to us here in the community.
Well, thank you for saying that, and I couldn't agree with you more, not because I'm sitting here, but because I truly believe that without these type of abilities to get the word out on what's going on and to discuss what's going on and to know about your community, you're really in the dark.
Yep.
You know, you don't have any real information. I mean, the paper, it serves a certain purpose, but nothing beats, broad form communication. It's like HC Media. I've always said, thank God for HC Media, because they bring the council meetings into everybody's living room.
That's right.
And that's how people have, I think, gotten to know me a little bit over the years. And I think that it's very helpful. And I actually, Tim here at WHAV is this close, inches, to broadcasting the city council meetings on WHAV live on Tuesday nights. And he's working right now on kind of making the connections literally to get the audio from City Hall, to his radio station and up the tower and out the antenna and into your radio.
That's awesome.
So we are good. We have a call on our line, so let's see who's there. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Bill. Hey, Andy.
How's
this
it going?
Greg and Joan. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay. I'm doing fine. Poppy batted fourth in the lineup.
There he
You
is.
got it.
He
All
got
right.
it. Congratulations.
Congratulations. You have won yourself a $25 gift certificate to Butcher Boy Meats in North Andover. And we want to thank Butcher Boy for giving us the certificate to give away and help sponsor what we do here at WHAV. And I want to thank you for calling in and winning our little contest tonight.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well,
All
what
right.
do I do? I gave the man my...
Okay, if you already have his information, he'll give you any more details offline, and we want to thank you very much for letting us know that Poppy batted fourth.
That's right.
That's right. Cleanup hitter. That's right. Thank you very much. And we are going to pause for just a little bit of a
Sounds
sponsorship,
great.
Andy. Okay,
Excellent.
and we'll be right back and give you the last couple of minutes
Excellent.
to wrap up
My
right
pleasure.
here on the open mic.
Open mic.
Bill Masek and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at whav.net.
It's 7:33.
Are you listening to WHAV on cable television? If so, join WHAV in thanking the board, staff, and members of your local public access channel.
Catch the wave.
Suspense, a weekly anthology of notable melodramas from stage and screen, fiction and radio, presented every Monday night to bring you to the edge of your chair, to keep you in suspense. Listen to the new Suspense with a company of Hollywood actors and surprising guest stars, Monday nights at 10, with encore performances at 1 a.m., right here on WHAV. Remember, only local radio can bring you this feature opportunity, but only WHAV does.
Wave weather.
Here's the wave weather forecast for Haverhill and the Merrimack Valley. Tonight, cloudy with a chance of snow showers, low 19. North winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Snow accumulations tonight of around 1 inch. On Tuesday, mostly cloudy with a chance of scattered snow showers, high 29, low 13. Snow accumulations on Tuesday of less than 1 inch. The outlook for Wednesday, increasing late-day cloudiness with a chance of snow showers developing at night, high around 30, low 24. I'm WHAV meteorologist Jim Vaughn. Your next wave weather in 30 minutes.
WHAV Open Mic.
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masek. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
We are back here with Andy Vargas on the new open mic on WHAV. I'm Bill Masick, and it's been a pleasure, Andy. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
We
you,
got
Bill.
one quick call. Can you take one quick call?
All right, let's do it real quick.
All right, let's see. Hello, caller. Are you there? Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
Oh, did they hang up?
Fell off.
Uh-oh.
People
They got shy.
People get shy or
They got
impatient.
nervous. I don't bite. I don't bite.
Anyway, you got to wrap it up. You
Yeah.
got about a minute to go here. So
Yeah,
you have
no,
something you want to say?
Yeah, no, just thank you, Bill, and Tim, and everybody here at WHAV for all that you do for our community. I just want to remind folks that I lend myself, my office, to you, to the residents of Haverhill, in any way that we can support you, whether through constituent services or any policy ideas that you may have and you want to kick around. Give us a call. I'll actually give you my cell. It's 978-228-1233. My aide is cringing because she's like, "Why are you giving people your cell?" yes, that's how we roll. Give me a call personally, and we'll work with you. Constituent services is our top priority. So I have a pleasure serving all of you here in Haverhill. So thank you so much, Bill,
And thank you for all you have been doing, and I'm sure how all you'll be doing.
Thank you.
In the coming months. Thanks, Andy.
Thank you.
Great
Let's
to
keep
see you
moving Haverhill
tonight.
forward.
All right. All right. Let me know anytime I can be of assistance to
Excellent. We
you.
will.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you, Bill.
All right. Good to see you. All right. We are on the open mic program, the new open mic on WHAV 97.9 WHAV FM, and now back in his saddle is Bill Ellis. My
Who sang that
sidekick.
song, Back in the Saddle Again?
Gene Autry?
Geez, you're good.
Was
You
it?
like that old music, or are you just accustomed to it because that's what you grew up with?
Well, I did. I can tell you that I know the song. So I guess I don't know if I grew up with it, but I must have heard it when it was popular.
Long before me.
Yeah?
Yes. What year were you born, William?
I don't get into personal details.
Really?
No.
I bet you it was before I was born.
Well, you're 32 years old. I know that.
32 years young. not
32
old,
years young. All right.
We look at things in a positive respect.
Yeah.
So how
you're,
you been?
You're like got an early gray in your beard, though.
You know why I did this? Sophisticated look.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I go by college communities and they think I'm a professor.
Yeah, you have that youth look, I guess, with that. You know, like a Justin Timberlake kind of look.
It's clean living, Bill.
Yeah, yeah. Are you performing at the Super Bowl with Justin? Or?
I will be there, and I'm going to tell you in advance, there will be a clothing malfunction.
No, I don't think Janet's allowed back at the Super Bowl.
You'd be afraid to see what the malfunction is.
Yes, Janet Jackson.
So you had Andy on. It sounded good.
Yeah, Andy's a great guy, and he knows his game real well and does it well. I have high aspirations for Andy Vargas.
Well, he seems like he has a lot of energy.
He does, and he's sincere, and he's committed, and not the way you were.
Well, my being committed is a whole lot different.
Yeah. How many days observation was it?
Well, I was in there with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Remember the movie?
I mean, yeah. Did you know the Indian pushing the broom?
Yeah.
What was his name? I forget. I forget that
too,
one.
but he did speak. Remember what he said? What was his first words?
I don't. It was near the end, wasn't it?
Juicy fruit.
Juicy fruit?
Remember he handed him a stick of gum? And he
Yeah.
spoke.
Yeah.
And then
No.
Nicholson looked at him and goes, "You can talk because you have everybody beat here."
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was that
That
was
was
an
the name
incredible
of the movie was
One
One
Flew
Flew
Over
Over the
the
Cuckoo's
Cuckoo's
Nest.
Nest, that's right.
Yeah, that was a great classic.
It was a good movie.
I'll have
Do you
to
have a
see if I
favorite
can-
movie? If you had 3 hours to live and had to watch a movie, what movie would it be?
Well, I'll tell you. I got to tell you two things. It used to be The Wizard of Oz,
Okay.
but now, and my wife would tell you, it's Shawshank Redemption.
That is a great movie.
That's a great movie.
But my favorite movie, and it's right up there with Shawshank, but I think I would take Planes, Trains, and Automobiles with John Candy and Steve Martin.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It's one of the funniest movies ever.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to try to dial it up on Netflix.
I'm telling you, you will love it.
Yeah?
You will be in stitches.
Okay.
I mean, it's for many times I watched it, there was still stuff in the background that you didn't realize.
Do you go to the movies like you used to, though?
I can't anymore. Pee Wee Herman and I were told we can't go anymore. Well,
I don't.
No, I just saw a movie, The Commuter, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
And Neeson, and it was excellent. It was good. It was different. It was a little unrealistic in some of the action
wasn't
scenes.
Taken 4?
Taken 4.
Well, remember his His movie.
Oh, yeah, those, no, it wasn't.
Taken 1, Taken 2, Taken
right.
3.
No.
But I loved all those. I thought they were
Those were great movies.
suspense-filled. and
This had
I like
suspense to it. It was different. It had
Liam
different
Neeson's
twists
one
to
of my
it.
favorite actors.
When the train crashes, it was kind of unrealistic. But for the most part, the story was great, and it was involved with a train. And if I'm not sure how much it cost them to put it together. I mean, it's probably one of the simplest movies, but one of the best movies ever came out. Do you ever see the movie Duel?
Duel?
It was called Duel. It was about a truck and a driver in the desert, and they having a little contest. But you never see the driver of the truck. And it was the actor that was famous was the fellow that played the cowboy in New York City, the one for the detective there, McLeod or whatever it was called, Dennis Weaver.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And
yeah.
it was different. It was an old black and white.
I thought you meant the naked cowboy in Times Square.
Why would I get into naked cowboys?
Because you said the guy that plays the cowboy in New York.
Yeah, which
and you can't go to Times Square, especially during the summer, without seeing this guy in a little skimpy Speedo.
I missed him.
You've missed him?
I missed him, yeah, but apparently you didn't.
Well, I've been to New York many times.
I was wondering whose picture that was on your
He's
phone.
always there. All right. Well, we're gonna take a call right now and get off that topic.
Please.
Yes. Hello, caller. Hi.
Hello.
What's your name?
Dan.
Dan, how are you?
All right. It was another movie. I mean, the one he said with Steve Martin, that was hilarious. That was crazy.
Trains.
That was a great. You know what? It was funny, but at the end it was sad. That John Candy.
It was.
Yeah,
it was. But it was funny. I mean, oh my God, I couldn't stop laughing at that one. But it was another movie, like you said, Shawshank Redemption. That was great. But there was another one back in the early 2000s, Band of Brothers.
I remember hearing
that was a good movie. Yes.
Yeah, I did not see that one either.
Oh,
I gotta start watching some movies, I guess.
What was your
that
favorite?
movie-
What's your favorite line caller out of Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, you would have to ask me. I haven't seen it in a while. But I like the one was when the warden, he had the hammer, where he took the Bible or something like that, I figure?
Right.
Or out of the library or something?
Salvation Lies Within.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And he's looking, and he's like, oh my God. Didn't he commit suicide on that?
He did. In fact, it's funny.
Yeah,
when Morgan Freeman was narrating, it was towards the end of the movie. And I like it when he commented. He said, I'd like to think, what was the last thing that went through that warden's mind other than that bullet? As on how Andy managed to get away with what he did.
Yeah.
But that was a tremendous movie.
Had a great plot. You know,
and the other thing is, with the Patriots, I think it's going to be a tight game. I think it's going to go something like 27-24.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I do think it's going to be close. I'd like to think it wouldn't be, but...
And the team to watch out for, I say, in the next couple of years, is the Bruins.
Bruins are playing well. They are playing well.
I know.
Yeah,
I know. And then the sad thing about it is that young kid who just had heart surgery or something, Charlie McAvoy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like 20 years old. I'm like, oh my God.
I know. And watch out for the Celtics too. I mean, they're just
I think they need one more piece.
Yeah, the guy that broke his ankle. You know,
I forgot about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
He'll be back next year.
What would you say is the best sports town in the country?
The best what?
Best sports town.
Oh, I mean, was it? I have to say Boston. But you know the other one I like too. I was there about 20 years ago. Was Seattle.
Now, what do they have?
Well, they got the Seahawks. They got the.
But how many teams have had success with basically all their sports teams like Boston has?
It's got to be Boston or New York. I mean, those are the two winningest
I could think.
cities.
That's the only thing I could think of is New York.
Yeah.
How about Chicago? No, not really. Well, the Blackhawks.
The Blackhawks, and then they had the Bulls for a while. The Bears were good against the early Patriots.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the Cubbies.
Now, you're worried about next season if we're going to lose Patricia is gone. Matt Patricia.
But the Patriots have had a changeover before, though.
Right.
When
this is where we'll see Belichick's magic.
He's done it again. He's done it before. Charlie Weiss.
The sad thing, the sad thing about the coordinators, was it McDaniels? He went to Denver, he failed, and Belichick gave him a chance again over here.
Right.
But in was it Matt Patricia? Matt Patricia's going to Detroit, but look what happened to Charlie Weiss and Romeo Cornell and Mangini.
Right. That's right. That's right.
That is a name you haven't heard in a long time, Mangini.
Yeah.
You know, when he came across on that film gate thing.
I think that's a bunch of malarkey, put it that way.
You know, everybody's looking to get an edge. Now, I understand
But,
Josh McDaniels is going to Indy.
Well, that's the talk. But then another rumor I heard is that the Patriots spoke to McDaniels, and he may not. Maybe he's the heir apparent for the
I would think
replace Belichick if he hangs around. If he doesn't hang around,
I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't either. But and really, until the Super Bowl's over, they can't really talk to Josh. They can talk to the agent,
right?
But but they can't talk to the actual person. So we'll find out in about a week and a half, probably.
And I'm sure those guys are going to want to win it because there'll be a good chance to up their pay that they're looking to get.
Yeah.
I mean, if they have all the Super Bowls.
Right. Hey, I gotta jump in because I gotta mention that we have some sponsorships that we need to take care of, and our ace crack producer, Chris, has given me the cut it sign. So I got a break, and we'll be back though. So thanks for calling in.
Good night.
All right, call in again.
Good night.
All right, right here on the new open mic with Bill Masick and Bill Ellis on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Open mic!
Bill Masick and the new open mic will be right back. Get in on the action. Call 978-374-1900. If you're enjoying this program, consider becoming a WHAV member right now. Just click on the membership tab at WHAV.net.
97.9 FM, WHAV.
Catch the wave!
Would it surprise you to know radio still reaches more than 90% of people in every age group every week? It's a fact. And 97.9 WHAV FM's target audience averages 92%. While other media are cutting back, area residents turn to WHAV for local news, information, and entertainment they cannot find elsewhere. Add what has been called the halo effect of public radio, and listeners find business messages more credible and trustworthy than other forms of advertising. For a no-obligation assessment about how WHAV can help your business reach more people than all other local media combined, call 978-374-1900 or visit WHAV.net.
Catch the wave, WHAV. Open mic!
From the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom, 97.9 WHAV FM presents the new Open Mic Show with Bill Masick. Make your voice heard. Call 978-374-1900. That's 978-374-1900.
Okay, fourth turn here, Bill. We're almost home.
I love your cowboy hat. Is that a Stetson?
This is a Stetson, I guess. This is Tim's. Actually.
No, that's your hat.
This is Tim Coco's
from
hat.
when you go to Times Square and you're in the Speedo. That's where that's from, Billy.
I took it from the Naked Cowboy.
You stole it.
No, you know what? I just took it because I planned to give it back. You know, under the law, you can't steal something if you have an intention to give it back.
Really?
That's the law, yeah.
Wow,
So-
that's interesting.
So I always intend to give things back.
So the Brinks robbers they held it on for 25 years.
Depended
and then they
what their
said
state
they
of
were
mind
gonna,
was.
They were going to give it back.
If they said they were going to give it back, they were just borrowing it.
What's in the hat?
What's in the hat are the names of all of the people that we have that have called in, or maybe they haven't called in, but somebody called in, a relative usually, and says it's so-and-so's birthday coming up in February.
Right.
We're drawing the February birthday cake giveaway. Want to do it now?
Why not?
Why not? Let's do it. All right. So you hold the hat.
I'll hold the hat.
I
You
won't
reach
look.
in.
I won't look. Okay. This is for the people that are watching on TV.
Go ahead, Bill.
I know you're playing. You've moved the hat. I do still have peripheral vision. I do have a license, and they check that.
All right.
Okay.
You got a name?
This is
a single name?
I got a piece of paper.
All right. We'll open it up and see what it says.
It says WHAV right there.
Well, that's it. That's the winner.
No.
We won.
Oh, no. It says The contest prize, birthday cake for...
Who?
Do we have a drum roll? We don't have a drum roll. All right, okay, enough of that. Keith Levitt. Keith Levitt of Bradford has won our birthday cake.
Congratulations, Keith.
For the month of February. And we will start in February getting birthdays for the month of March.
Exactly.
I've got this figured out now.
You're pretty good at
I'm
this.
doing pretty good, right?
Do they get to choose the cake, or is it the bakery?
That information is not given here. All I know is that they have won a birthday cake, and that's it. I don't have to go any deeper than that, Bill. You know, I don't need to know everything. You know, other people have to do stuff around here too. I can't do everything.
Who's the bakery?
Have you seen the commercial? They're crossing the Delaware.
I saw that.
I love that commercial.
That's a great commercial.
You know, the guy's tooting at him.
Yeah, he's crossing.
And he's
crossing
yelling-
the,
he's yelling
crossing
back
the
at him.
Delaware Highway.
We all have places to go. We all.
That was
Yeah,
was great.
that's a good
You ever
one.
read up anything on George Washington? You know, he had some of his own men shot.
Really?
Yes, because they were in New Jersey, and they.
I'm not
they
that
didn't-
tall. You aren't either.
That tall? No, George was
We're
very
shot.
tall.
We might be shot
Yes.
compared to how tall he was.
He was
Are you-
very tall.
Are you very? How short are you?
That's
Just come up to here, especially in that chair. You're even shorter.
this chair. You know, it sits so low. I feel like I got to flush. I mean, that's how low it sits. But no, he had some
Stop
members.
it. This is a
I'm
family
trying to give you,
show.
I understand
I
that. That's why
told
I'm
you
giving
that
you
before we started last week.
history lesson.
This is a family show.
Nobody in the family goes to the bathroom.
Oh.
So, anyways, this is a history story.
We did talk about it during the Super Bowl, though.
That's
How
true.
the water pressure goes down.
Right. I remember hearing
At
that story.
halftime. Are we bouncing around here?
No. What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about George Washington?
George Washington and shooting people.
Right, he did. He had some guys that left the camp saying they were going to go to Philadelphia, complaining to the Congress about not getting paid. And he said, if you leave, it's basically desertion and you could be shot.
Wow.
And they left, they caught them, and they shot them. You didn't know that about George,
No,
did you?
no.
A lot of
And
things.
people think Trump is rough.
I know. Poor
Wow.
George.
Jeez.
George was the only president that died before 1800. 1799.
Yeah.
And his wife was so grieved, she didn't even go to the funeral. Imagine that, Bill.
Wow.
You seem dumbfounded.
Yeah,
Or
well,
just dumb.
I just sometimes I think, about. Do you know the word minutia?
That's right. That's what
And-
happens when cows and stuff.
No.
No, it's not that.
No, it's like I'll put it to you so you maybe your mind sometimes goes into the weeds.
Do you know what
you're,
my
you're
mind
so
is like?
far out in the weeds.
Jonathan Winters.
Jonathan Winters.
I'm like Jonathan
I loved
Winters.
him. He
God
was a
bless him.
funny man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was watching actually.
You know who I really loved? George Carlin. Now there was
George
a
was a
smart,
tremendous mind.
His mind was just with words and knowledge and definition. He was fantastic. I saw him once live. I was fortunate enough to see him do a live performance.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I saw was Rich Little.
Do you have
I've seen him.
I saw Rich Little.
You know what's interesting though? Johnny Carson didn't like Rich Little because he didn't like the way Rich Little imitated him.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess
didn't know that.
after a while, Carson didn't want him.
Huh.
Who else did Carson ever want on his show after they had a great friendship?
Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers. Yeah.
He felt betrayed that she went and got a show that went opposite of his.
Right.
And I also.
And she would have been the David Letterman.
Yeah, that's true.
She was kind of the next person that would have taken over when Johnny Carson retired.
And they were lovers also for a period of time.
Stop it.
See, you don't want to hear the whole story. You don't want to hear the part of the story.
You're making this stuff up.
No, this is true.
Rivers and
And
Johnny
Carson,
Carson
for a short period of time, were lovers.
Well,
What was Joan Rivers' husband's name?
Mr. Rivers?
Edgar.
Edgar. That's
Remember
right.
Edgar?
I do remember that.
And Edgar
Since you
commits-
mentioned it.
And
Yeah.
Edgar had depression issues, and he took his own life.
Yeah. So Joan was single?
No, not at
the
that time. No, she
No?
was
Married?
playing. Right?
Oh.
Imagine that, Billy. A married person playing around. It happens.
Doesn't happen anymore.
No,
No.
not anymore. I'm glad that that's
No.
all changed.
Yeah.
But
I am too.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But well, it'd be interesting to see what happens. I mean, we got Steve Wynn out there now,
Yeah.
and sexual harassment, and I tell you, there's every other day there's a new name that pops up.
Yeah, it all started with just one guy. Remember who it was?
Cosby?
No. Oh, well.
He made it popular.
No, this
you
time
talked about
it
this
was-
last week. He's
it-
gonna
it
do a
was
concert. in Philadelphia.
Weinstein. Weinstein.
Well, no, this was Weinstein, but Cosby was a few years ago.
Cosby, yeah, he's kind of still in the news. Are they? They're going to retry him, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's hanging around Philadelphia. He
Yeah.
was seen with an Eagles hat on. He actually does have a residence in Massachusetts.
Right.
And,
yeah, but the charges are in Pennsylvania.
Right.
Right.
And he apparently wants to have
But
another
he-
concert.
He just
we
did one,
talked about it.
right? We talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He just did one. Did you hear any reports? Or
I don't know
anything?
if he's done it yet or not.
No, he did it. I heard.
did
I
do
heard,
it?
I did hear the next, like the day or two after.
I haven't heard anything-
last week. I
anything
think
that if it was
it was
good or
like
bad.
Wednesday night he did it. Like, you know,
Well,
I don't know.
Couldn't have been that good.
No, well.
Or controversial because I didn't see anything in the news.
Hey!
Now,
who was that?
That's Fat Albert, but technically that was body shaming.
You're right. Cosby.
That's it.
Yeah.
Fat Albert.
Yeah.
He did some great routines, and the funny part about it
He was
is
funny. I
he
liked
was
him.
funny and
Yeah,
he was
when
clean.
yeah.
He was very clean.
Yeah, Mr. Huxtable. How can you not like Mr. Huxtable?
He had everything going for him.
He
He had a persona that you couldn't help but like, and then all of a sudden, there was an underlying way about him. And the interesting thing is when it came out, there were a lot of personalities that said, "Oh, we knew that all along. That was Bill's MO." So,
Well, that's what Weinstein said. I guess I'm from another era.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was somewhat telling.
Well, it was telling because when I was a kid, you used to hear about actresses with the casting couch.
Right, right. And it was almost like a given.
Mhm.
Like, they have certain ones had to earn their way to the top.
Yeah, sleep their way
One
to
way,
the top.
sleep their way to the top.
Not a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, enough of that. Hey, we have a football game that I'm excited to watch this coming Sunday. So we got to remind people not to miss the Super Bowl.
I'm sure they won't.
Right. It's kind of like the Super Bowl is kind of like, in a different way though, like the prediction of a nor'easter, a giant 24-inch snowstorm, because everybody goes to the grocery store and the shelves get cleaned off because everybody's home cooking, whatever, bratwurst or whatever your favorite is.
Are you going to partake in a party?
No, just me and my family. That's it.
Sit back and watch
Yeah,
the game.
yeah.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I'll go to a dinner. We will.
I used to go to
in the
football.
afternoon.
I was at the Freeze Bowl once. That Patriot game that everybody was like frostbitten. I was at that game. I used to go to the games.
Which
but you
game
know
was
what?
that?
You know what happened?
That wasn't the game where
it was a long time.
They came out and plowed the field.
No, it wasn't that one. It was another. But it was just a cold, nasty night. I used to go more often to Patriots games. But what happened is that I got older, and they came out with this new thing called a widescreen TV. It's no longer a maximum.
You know what's interesting though?
It's
years
now
ago,
65 inches.
I know, but
now
what
75 and 85.
before they had these big screens at the stadiums? Did you ever go to a game and then somebody would score a goal and then you'd look around to see the replay, but it wasn't
And
there
you
because you
didn't
weren't
get
at
it,
home?
right. And you get better replays now. I mean, my couch is probably the best seat you can find because of the production.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Hey, we are coming up on the end of another fantastic new open mic show.
And you're heading south next week.
Well, I'm going to be leaving on a little on a holiday.
And what part of the world are you going to?
I told you, Bill. Don't ask me personal questions. I'll start asking you personal questions.
Well, I tell you, if I
you'll
find
be
out,
as,
I will
as,
give
as
everybody.
red as a tomato.
I will give
I know
your
a lot.
hotel
I
information.
stuff I'm just holding back on.
You do on me, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Oh,
I have a dossier.
Yeah, we could get into that. Turns out that was all phony, and
Well,
Hillary
well,
Clinton financed
We'll
it.
do that next time because we are coming up on 8 o'clock on the new open mic. It's been fun again, huh?
Has been fun.
It is fun.
Thank you,
So
Haverhill,
will you
for
come back
listening.
again? Join me again?
I will, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Always a pleasure. Bill Ellis, Bill Masick, the new open mic on WHAV 97.9 FM.
Yes, sir.
And a whole lot of other places too. TV, Facebook. We cover the world.
Yes.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Open mic.
Join Bill Masek live on the new Open Mic again next Monday night at 6. The opinions expressed on the Open Mic Show are not necessarily those of 97.9 WHAV FM, its underwriters, or affiliated stations. The Open Mic Show came to you from the Edwin V. Johnson Newsroom.